What's going on, everybody? This is James with Wolffire Gaming here, and today what I want to talk about is the recent Nintendo investor meeting that they had about the codename NX. And if you know anything about that, that is Nintendo's next console. Now note that is probably only a tentative title, as they have not revealed any other information about that yet. Before I get into that and some of the statements that Satoru Iwata made, I actually want to kind of go over something real quick. Specifically, Nintendo's E3 digital event for this year was absolutely abysmal, and if any of you watched it, you'll definitely know what I'm talking about. It lacked that punch that we were all expecting, despite there actually being a few good-looking titles in there. And there were a couple in there that looked pretty good. I mean, some people aren't looking forward to this, but I think Yoshi's Woolly World looks cute. It looks like a solid Yoshi platformer, and I think it'll be good. You know, I don't think we should underestimate the cute graphics. I think it'll be a great game, hopefully. There's Xenoblade Chronicles X. I mean, that looks really good. You know, and sure, it was great to see Star Fox Zero coming, but even that seemed like it didn't really grab the Nintendo fan base, you know. A lot of people have been saying that it seemed like that they were trying to just reimagine Star Fox 64 in a new stylized iteration. You know, basically, let's take the Star Fox 64 style and redo it in Wii U's graphics and just update it. You know, and I don't think that's what people were wanting, but I don't think we should complain about the game yet, as it has not been released, so we'll just see when we get there. But getting back to the investor meeting, Satoru Iwata did have some statements that he released, and these were translated, I believe, starting with this one. We can't talk about the NX. If we do, competitors may take our ideas, and customers won't be surprised. This would not be beneficial for the company or its shareholders. Take your ideas. Now, has that worked for you so far? Now, we can go back to the 7th gen. Yes, there was some other form of motion controls with the PlayStation Move and the Xbox Kinect. But unlike you, Nintendo, they learned that sticking with conventional controls is what earns them money. One of my favorite YouTubers on here, or that I watch, Richard Review Tech USA, he said it best when he said, "The Wii was nothing more than a gimmick. It's something that collected dust after the soccer moms got bored of the gimmick. Now they're all on mobile platforms." And he couldn't be any more right. I mean, I have a wife. What does she like to do? She doesn't even like gaming. She won't even touch a controller. Believe me, I've tried. It's like pulling teeth. But that woman loves to play her Candy Crush. And oh my goodness, she doesn't spend a lot of money, but she has bought power-ups before. I mean, that's the market now. That's your casual market. And I'm not so sure if Nintendo thinks that because of the success of the Wii, the luck that it actually had in its success, I don't know if they just think, hey, we just need to keep doing more quote-unquote neat things, you know. I mean, more ideas, more innovation. Put that translated into gimmicks. Anytime they say the word innovation, I just freak out. It's like, it's not innovation, it's gimmicks. It's just more gimmicks. No more gimmicks. You know, when he said this would not be beneficial for the company or its shareholders, I want to ask them, what would be beneficial for your company? I'll tell you what it is. How about some new blood, some fresh insight as to what the gaming community actually is? Why are you guys still behind the times? Get it together. Okay, the last Zelda game came out, you know, the big Zelda game came out in 2011, Skyward Sword. Did that have voice acting? Anybody? No, it did not. It had text. I have heard Nintendo fanboys, and they will white knight this for always, until eternity, they will white knight that it takes away from the Zelda experience. The problem is you're riding on nostalgia. We need to move forward. We don't need any more of this. It needs to be like all the Zelda games. You're not going to get that back. Let's move forward and let's create a great new Zelda for a new generation. And why can't you enjoy that too, sir? I enjoy the old school Zeldas. Why about a new Zelda? Now, I don't want to get off topic here, but that's just kind of an example of not moving forward. Is like, we're still sticking to text-based dialogue? Like, why not some voice acting? Come on now. You definitely have the money. There's no doubt about that. Satoru Iwata goes on to say that the NX is new hardware and it will start from zero. Makes me wonder if it's like it's not going to have the backwards compatibility for the older hardware like the Wii Remote and the Wii U Gamepad. How do I feel about that? I'm actually split on that. Now, as much as I'm beating the Wii in the face right now saying this is a stupid gimmick, this is a stupid gimmick. The Wii has some amazing games, and if any of you are Nintendo fans like myself, you'll know which game, you know what games those are. And some of those don't work without a Wii remote, you know? Like the idea of Zelda Skyward Sword actually doesn't work without a remote. There are puzzles that have to be solved with the way the remote works. Now, in the future, if they released an HD version on the NX of Skyward Sword, or maybe even the Wii U, I don't know if they would do that. Actually, that would make more sense with the motion controls. But like if they decided to wait till the NX generation, they could just reconfigure some of those puzzles. I don't know how much change they would have to do, but yeah. You would be like with Mario Galaxy, instead of waggling the remote to do his little tornado spin, you would just hit a button. I would much rather just hit a button. Now, granted, Mario Galaxy is a very comfortable game, and the gimmick on that is not overly annoying. It is a great game. It got great reviews, and it definitely earned those reviews. It's a great game. So that's just the weird thing with Nintendo. They have great IPs, they have great games, and they just beast on those games. But they have these stupid gimmicks, and they hold back the potential, the full potential that it could have. You know, like the voice acting, the HD graphics. Because now I'm talking about the Wii a little bit. You know, from the Wii era. I know the Wii U has good graphics, but from the Wii era. I mean, can you imagine Mario Galaxy in HD? Oh my goodness. I mean, there's just all kinds of possibilities there. I mean, and with all their great games. All right, and let me continue here. He says, however, the 3DS and Wii U have install bases, immediately cutting off software for previous hardware upon the release of a new machine is inefficient. We will continue making 3DS and Wii U software while preparing for the NX. We are prioritizing satisfying customers who purchase the Wii U. I got a question for you, Nintendo. Are you really prioritizing customers? Yes, last year was good. Mario Kart 8, Smash Brothers, great games. What else you got? What else you got? Now, I'm not saying those are the only two good games on the Wii U, but if you look at the other companies, they come out with great games. I mean, really, really great games. Blockbuster games. You know, some might argue that Xbox One and PlayStation 4 don't have many games coming that are not out now, in contrast with Nintendo. Maybe about equal at this point in time. But we know they're coming, don't we? They're coming. And yes, you could argue that Nintendo has games coming too. But what more games is coming or are coming? We have Yoshi's Woolly World. You know, if you even want to count that as a big game, some people look at that as too much of a casual or a kiddie game. I think it'll be a solid game. I don't think it'll be a massive AAA game. You know, Xenoblade Chronicles X looks really good. You know, that's a great game. Kudos to Nintendo on that one. But what else do you got after that? Exactly. You don't got anything else. You don't have anything else. You don't really listen to your fans. You did with Smash Brothers. I don't even really think everybody was asking for Mario Kart 8. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's great, and I'm glad it's here. And we'd probably be asking for it now if it wasn't out yet. But people were wanting a proper 3D Mario. Mario 3D World was a great game. But it wasn't that hub staged Mario where you would go around collecting 120 things to open this area to explore, and that's what we wanted. We wanted another Super Mario 64 / Sunshine. Try saying that really fast. /Sunshine. Woo! /Sunshine / Galaxy. You know, the hub-based Marios. We want another one. We want a Wii U generation of that. And where is that? Could that be Mario Galaxy 3? Could that be a whole new Mario? I mean, and let me just say the biggest one of them all, because I'm saving it for last. How about freaking Metroid, and a proper Metroid at that? I don't know if it was Sir Toasty. I don't know which YouTuber I was watching, but he said, really, the last good Metroid game is 8 years old. And I thought about that, and I'm like, no, Metroid Prime 3 was really good. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about Metroid Prime 3, because time has passed so much. I just forgot that's how long the last Metroid Prime game came out. 2007. Oh my goodness. Because he's pretty much skipping over Metroid Other M, which was very much a disappointed. It tried to blend the first person and third person together, like the best of both, and it actually blended the not so great of both. Not that the first person and the third person, or the 2D version is bad, but it was just weak. It weakened each other, both genres, whichever you prefer, 2D or 3D first person space. I mean, it was just a weakened game. It was weak. It was too anime-esque, at least with a game with Samus and as strong as a woman she's supposed to be. She seemed too anime girl or something. I mean, I can't quite put my finger on it. And don't judge me. I love anime. I love all that stuff. But something was off about her character in that. But look at me. I'm getting off on a rabbit trail on games specifically. I just wanted to bring up this information about the NX, and I want to leave my final thoughts here. And this is to Nintendo. Nintendo, please come out with a console, and especially if you're releasing it, let's just say next year, make that more powerful than your PS4. And let's just wink, let's just kind of act like this is your 8th gen console. I mean, I don't even know if I should put the Wii U in the 8th gen, or is the NX going to be 9th gen? I mean, what do we call it? So you either need to make it more powerful. Well, you definitely need to make it more powerful, or you need to make it substantially more powerful to where it would catch up with the next gen, which could be a very far off ways away. And that's another subject I could talk another 10 minutes on, is the future of this generation's lifespan and all that, because I think the lifespans are starting to change. People are not wanting to buy consoles as fast anymore. But anyway, Nintendo, you've got to do it right. You're going to make this NX. Start making a Metroid game. Have some good releases at launch, please. I mean, we love 2D Mario, but we're getting kind of bored of those. How about you start releasing a proper Mario, like a 3D space, like a hub space Mario? How about a great new Zelda game? The one that's being worked on needs to come out on the Wii U, I think. You know, you don't have to have another Zelda game come out right when the NX comes out. That's fine. We understand. I don't want to see a Smash Brothers for another 5 or 6 years. That's fine. I like the Wii U one. I think it's solid. But you definitely need to come out with a Metroid. And you need to start exploring. You need to start throwing money at developers saying, hey, you want to work on the next Metroid? Do that to Retro. They did a great job with the Prime series. Throw some money at somebody else. Have Platinum Games make a Bayonetta 3 and make it exclusives. You did a great job on that. I applaud you for that. People were almost wanting to buy a Wii U just for that game, and that's not even your IP. If you could explore the possibilities of coming out with a hardcore rated M IP, and you need to do more than one. You need to have lots of IPs. Start throwing money at developers. Get exclusives. You'll get third-party titles, and then make some really beastly Nintendo IPs that nobody would think you would ever make. Come out with this new notion that, hey, Nintendo, we're stepping it up. We're going to start being edgier now. We're going to be towing the line of casual and hard. Don't toe the line. Jump into the hardcore market as well. You still got your Nintendo fans that love your Mario games and your Zelda games and your whatever you want to consider quote-unquote casual. But, I mean, come out with games that are going to appeal to the fans that love their Xbox One and PS4s. Or you're not going to get anybody. You're not going to get anywhere. And I'll tell you, if it's going to take you guys losing money, a lot of money, to where you're in financial dire straits, then so be it. And you know what? As much as I'm a fan of you, Nintendo, I am not a fanboy. And I will be happy when you guys go, oh man, we really need to step it up now. Just come out with the regular controller. Just come out with a good, strong, powerful console. Like, you have the money for it. You really do. No more weak consoles. No more gimmicks. And come out with a proper virtual console library. People want that too. To know you have power to just beast the gaming market, yet you are so weak on it. So, anyway, I've ranted long enough. I thank you guys for watching, and if you like this video, please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to help my channel grow. Thanks for watching.